everyone. It has been a minute since I've been live. I have had so much going on, guys. But I'm back, and we are back tonight for the Rebecca Lynn Pope Show, live with live coaching guests tonight on RLP. So make sure you tune in tonight at 7 o'clock right here on Instagram with the replay on YouTube right after. So I'll see you tonight. We're going to have some great guests, so you want to make sure you tune in. So today, title of today's topic message, really quickly, public service announcement. Just because you love them doesn't mean they ain't batshit crazy. Okay? Hey, Erica. Hi, baby. Hey, honey. Hey, Diamond. Hey, guys. Just because you love them doesn't mean they ain't batshit crazy. And yes, you know, it's my sweatshirt. I don't know if you guys can read it backwards. You know, I got it on the selfie mode. But I'm classy, but I cuss a little. You see the sweatshirt? I had to buy the sweatshirt when I saw it, because that's me. Y'all know. Right? But just because you love somebody, and this just crossed my mind this morning. I was out exercising, and I've had situations in my life with people I love dearly, family, you know, that you just love dearly. Love them to pieces with all of your heart. But does that mean that they aren't batshit crazy? And some of you, right? Some of you are so busy making excuses, so busy living in your feelings, right? So busy loving somebody who's driving you nuts, somebody who refuses to get help, somebody who refuses to focus on themselves. Who am I talking to this morning or this afternoon? Who am I talking to? Somebody that refuses to get counseling, refuses to work on their mental health issues, refuses to work on their anxiety, refuses to work on their depression, refuses to work on all the stuff they got going on. Just because you love them, just because you love them, doesn't mean, right, that they don't have issues. And if you don't start owning it and get really, really honest with yourself, the reason I'm even saying this is because you're going to keep getting hurt. Joan says, I'm having a hell on earth experience with my brother. You're talking to me. Right? Because people with big hearts, people who are compassionate, loving, right? Full of love and kindness. You just keep giving chance after chance. You just keep believing. You just keep, believing in the potential, believing in the promises, believing in the I'm sorry's when they've hurt you for the 100th time. Did the same exact thing again and again and again to disrespect you, not love you, not care for you, not honor you, not appreciate you. And some of you are dealing with people, right? Queen Boss says, I have anxiety issues sometimes after being hit by a truck. Mine mainly come when I'm next to an 18-wheeler. PTSD maybe. I guess I should tell my doctor. Yes, tell your doctor. For any of you who know that when you're listening to this, that you're the batshit crazy friend. You're the batshit crazy loved one. And you won't focus on yourself. You won't get help, but yet you driving everybody else crazy. You wreaking havoc in everybody else's life. And then you feel some type of way and you're mad when people are not wanting to tolerate the disrespect, not wanting to tolerate your issues. Mad at everybody else. And they're trying to love you in spite of. Yes, I will save it, sweetheart. Right? And then good people loving you ain't got no choice but to put some distance between you in this batshit crazy person that you love. Some of you got boyfriends. Some of you got girlfriends. Some of you got sisters. Some of you got brothers. Some of you got batshit crazy parents. There's nothing worse than when you've got a mother or a father or a grandmother, grandfather, auntie, uncle, somebody that is in a position where you're trying to respect them as your elder, respect them as your role model, but yet they batshit crazy. Don't think just because someone's up in age, what's the saying say? A young fool just becomes an old fool, right? It's just more years. That's right, Tiffany. Some of you got spouses. Thank you. Some of you got bosses. Some of you are employed by people who have found success in some area of their life to be running a company. But when it comes to dealing with people and their mental health issues, they got issues. And I'm just calling it what it is. I can't tell you how many times I've been someone close to me, someone I love dearly, and I'm loving them, I'm loving them and loving them and loving them and just believing and believing and believing. Then they end up turning on you. Just like they end up turning on everybody. They end up turning on you. Why? Because they're hurting. Because they don't know what to do, because they're struggling to figure it out. They're over there hurting and jacked up and toxic. But yet they're not listening to say, get some counseling, get some medication, get some help, get some professional help. So you're the therapist, the counselor, the coach, the minister, the mommy, the daddy, the safe place, the soft place to land. You end up trying to be everything. You can't be that for everybody else and still do that for yourself. You can't constantly be dragging people along, especially when they're not doing what they need to do for themselves. Sips tea. Some of you got sons, daughters who are batshit crazy. And you love them. So guess what? You don't call a spade a spade. You don't look at it for what it is. That even if there's not mental health, they just spoiled. They so freaking entitled and so rotten because you done just loved them to pieces and love them. That's my baby. And you just spoiled them. And now they so freaking entitled and ungrateful. You done created a monster. That it borders on borderline mental illness on the level of entitlement. That they're out here living in a world where they think everything is supposed to be handed to them. That everything's supposed to be easy for them. Because that's what you taught them. That's what you did. And now the baby that you raised is now become your worst nightmare as a mother, as a father. They turn on you. You're the problem now. It's your fault they're struggling. It's your fault they're not happy. It's their fault they got issues. It's their fault they can't make no money. It's their fault they're not doing well. It's your fault. It's your fault, Mom. It's your fault, Dad. And then you sitting here walking on eggshells, tap dancing around their issues and their pride because you're trying not to hurt their feelings. And they a whole hot mess. Hot mess. And they're in for a rude awakening because they're out here now in the real world that you didn't prepare them for because you were too busy spoiling them and trying to give them a better life than what you had growing up. But you erred to the side of doing too much and didn't teach work ethic and accountability and responsibility. So now they out here in the whole world being a menace to society. Just because you love them don't mean they ain't cray-cray. Just because you love them don't mean that they don't need to get their shit together. And do you know what is really hard for a lot of people who are very good-hearted, compassionate, loving people? Tough love. You would rather cut some people off than to actually put boundaries and tough love and firmness in place. You don't have to always just cut everybody off. It's about boundaries. It's what you're going to tolerate and what you're not going to tolerate, what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. And then if they can't adhere to those guidelines, they have to be cut off. But it's you that has to change. Stop waiting on crazy, batshit crazy people to change. And then in the meantime, you sitting here waiting on them to change and they driving you crazy. And you not holding them accountable, not putting boundaries, not protecting your peace, not protecting your money, not protecting nothing. But you want them to change. They're not going to change. Nothing is being required of them to change. Joan says, please do a video on how to get your shit together. I'd like to share it. Right? Accountability, responsibility, work ethic. Get up off your butt. Get to work. Half of good people's problems come because you don't have boundaries. You tolerate too much ish, and then you're mad at everybody, and it's everybody's fault for taking advantage of you, not appreciating you. Didn't nobody make you say yes to them? Didn't nobody make you give them the money again? Loan them the money that they never give you back? Nobody made you give up off your time and energy to always help them. Madam Oosh says, well, you're right. I need to get out my feelings and get into some healing. Listen, that's why I'm doing this video. I thought about a family member who I love dearly, who is batshit crazy. And I have to leave her alone. She crosses my mind and my heart aches. Like, oh, I love her. Why does she act like that? Why did she treat me like that? Why did she disrespect me? Why did she... Right? Oh, I love her. But yeah, have I heard from her apologizing for all the shit she did? Have I heard from her remorseful, contrite over all the back talk and backstabbing and craziness and drama and conflict and messes she caused? I ain't heard from her. She off living her life, because that's what they'll do. They'll use you up, cause havoc and craziness and chaos, blame you for everything, and then get on with their life driving other people crazy, ain't even thinking about you, and you left back here, oh, I miss her, I love him, oh, why did it have to go like that? Why did she do that? What? You're over here sad, and they running on down the road doing whatever they want to do. Not even looking backwards. No F's to give about what they did, how they did it, how it went down, how they used you, abused you, whatever. They got no F's to be, no F's. Y'all know what F's are. No F's to give about anything they have done to you, abuse you, use you, mistreat you, nothing. They're not even thinking about you. Real talk. Because just because you love them don't mean they ain't crazy or that they love you. Do you I have a saying, and I've said this, I don't know if I've said it on a video, but people close to me know I say this all the time. People are only capable of loving you to the extent of their own personal healing and well-being. Thank you, Tiffany. Off topic, I purchased your book, Love and Dating in the 21st Century, and I'm loving it. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you. Real talk, right? Back on topic. Real talk. Joan says, it does something to me when I help someone, then hear them on the phone or see them on social media living it up. Right, Joan? Like, real talk. You're sitting over here like, dang, I'm hurting. I miss her. I miss him. Oh, man, why did we have to break up? Why did it have to go like that? And they're over there doing whatever they want. People are only capable of loving you to the extent that they are healed. Guys, most often, 9 times out of 10, pain trumps love. People are going to be true to their issues. And those issues are going to supersede. Those issues are going to be in conflict with treating you right, loving you, being good to you. The more issues they have, the more pain, the more mental illness, whatever is going on with them, pain often trumps love. Guess what? I'm real careful about letting unhealed people get really, really close to me. I had to learn. As much as you may love them, as much as they may love you, as much as they may profess to love you, it never fails. When you are seeing those red flags that somebody has lots of life issues, mental issues, emotional issues, spiritual issues, whatever their cup of tea of issues may be, best believe it's going to show up in your friendship. It's going to show up in your relationship. It is going to show up in their capacity. Excuse me. Thank you, Live Fancy Free, buying a badge. It is going to be in conflict, or it's going to affect their capacity to love you. Everybody ain't got a lot of issues. And if I'm talking to somebody whose normal is dysfunction, who comes from family that's dysfunction, lots of people who are dysfunctional, guess what? Everybody's not batshit crazy. Everybody's not running around with a ton of bleeding open wounds, bleeding all over everybody else. That's not normal. That's not everybody. Okay? So don't set that as a standard where like everyone's hurting, Rebecca. Yeah, but on different levels. There are people who are dealing with their own issues and have things that they're working through, but it is not deeply rooted, toxic pain that causes them to act out or mistreat you or not be able to be happy for you or jealous of you. And there are people who are capable of having healthy, mature relationships while they are simultaneously working on their issues and their pain and resolving their traumas and things like that. It is people who are deeply disturbed, deeply hurting, deeply wounded. These are the people who will hurt you the most. Like I say, healed people heal people. Hurt people hurt people. Right? And I have literally had to create a standard in my life to say, I have got to be able to vet and judge on a scale where you are at in your life on your own personal level of healing. And are you working on those issues? And are you actively healing yourself? Are you in therapy? Are you getting coaching? Are you reading books? Are you working on these things? Or are these things just your normal? And it's only a matter of time before you're going to bleed all over me. And it became a standard in my life to say, everyone can't be really close to me, because I'm going to be loving you and you're going to end up hurting me very badly because you can't help it. And the key factor for me is, are you willing to do your work? I can rock with anybody who's willing to do the work, who's actively pursuing solutions and help for their own issues. I can rock with anybody doing that. Think about it, right? Anybody who's owning their ish, working on it, actively working on it, that's beautiful. I can deal with that. But it's these people in denial. It's these people acting like these issues ain't issues. Like I said, don't take bullshit and call it ice cream. Right? Don't sit here with all your BS and be trying to sell it to me as ice cream. I'm not going for it. I ain't going for it. Thank you, Genius Haircut. Thank you, Kim, bought a badge. Listen, just because you love them don't mean that they ain't batshit crazy. And we've all had people like this in our lives. And it's so crucial you identify it and start dealing with it from a place of reality. Reality, guys. Don't keep denying who you're dealing with. This is why you keep getting hurt. Okay? This is why you keep getting hurt. All right, if you know you need to do your own personal work because you don't want to be that person that's got issues and you ain't working on it, make sure you click the link in our bio for the WORK Masterclass. Okay, make sure you click that link. Get to work on your getting through all your shadow work, all your spiritual healing work, right? Works really great hand in hand with therapy. It's not therapy. Spiritual life coaching is very different than therapy, guys. Okay. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you tonight, 7 p.m. The Rebecca Lynn Pope Show right here on Instagram. And we'll load it up on YouTube right afterwards. 2 beautiful guests tonight. You want to catch their live coaching sessions. They're coming on to get their 30-minute life coaching sessions. All right. So we're going to give them some solutions and answers and homework for their life. When is the Nice for What coming? It's coming, Madam Ushi. I have been working on it. It's my next book coming out. I've got a dream book publishing this month, and I've got the Nice for What book coming right behind that, and the course. Okay. All right, guys. Blessings and abundance. See you tonight right here. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.